Top 10 strange things done by animals. Number 10. Penguins' love story. Did you know that some penguins propose to their mates with pebbles? It's true. Male penguins don't just pick up any random rock. They spend hours, sometimes even days, searching for the perfect pebble. It has to be smooth, round, and just right to impress their potential mate. Once the male finds the best pebble, he proudly offers it to the female. If she likes it, she places the pebble in her nest. This simple act is like saying yes, and marks the start of a partnership that could last a lifetime. How adorable is that? But penguins take their pebble proposals very seriously. If the pebble isn't good enough, the female might reject it. No shortcuts allowed in the penguin world. This cute ritual is common among Adelie and chinstrap penguins, who live in rocky areas where pebbles are super important. Not only do pebbles symbolize love, but they're also used to build nests that protect eggs from water and the cold. And here's a fun twist. Penguins can be sneaky. Rival males sometimes steal pebbles from each other's nests. These pebble wars can get intense, with penguins fighting to keep or snatch the best ones. With a lifespan of about 15 to 20 years, these penguins' pebble proposals are a perfect mix of romance, practicality, and a little drama. Nature never fails to surprise us. Top 9 Cuttlefish. Imagine a sea creature that can hypnotize its prey. Sounds like magic, right? Meet the cuttlefish, one of the ocean's most fascinating hunters. Cuttlefish have special powers built right into their skin. Their skin is covered with tiny cells called chromatophores, which hold different colored pigments. These cells can expand and shrink, letting the cuttlefish create incredible patterns. But that's not all. Underneath, there are layers of light-reflecting cells called iridophores and leucophores, which add a shimmering, glowing effect. This allows cuttlefish to blend into their surroundings or light up in vibrant, eye-catching ways. Now here's the really cool part. Cuttlefish don't just use these skills to hide, they use them to hunt. When they spot a fish or crab, they create hypnotic, flashing light displays on their skin. These pulsing patterns confuse and daze their prey, leaving it distracted long enough for the cuttlefish to swoop in and strike. It's like a living light show with a sneaky twist. But there's more. Cuttlefish can see polarized light, something humans can't do. This helps them spot hidden predators or prey by noticing light contrasts invisible to most creatures. Despite all these amazing abilities, cuttlefish only live for 1 to 2 years. But in that short time, they become masters of disguise, hunting, and survival. From their hypnotic displays to their clever vision, cuttlefish are true ocean magicians. Top 8 dancing spiders. Nature's tiny performers. Did you know that some spiders are born to dance? Meet the peacock spider, a tiny creature with big moves. These spiders are super small, about the size of a grain of rice, just 4 to 5 millimeters long. But what they lack in size, they make up for with charm and creativity. Male peacock spiders have colorful, fan-shaped flaps on their backs that look like tiny capes. These flaps are their secret weapon during their courtship dances. When it's time to impress a female, the male spider puts on a dazzling performance. He lifts his legs, shakes his colorful abdomen, and even creates tiny vibrations as part of his routine. It's like watching a miniature talent show. But here's the twist. If the male doesn't impress the female, she might eat him. Talk about high-stakes dancing. What's even cooler is that each species of peacock spider has its own unique dance style. Some shake faster, some move slower. It's like every spider has its signature move, turning the forest into a tiny version of Dancing with the Stars. Sadly, these little dancers don't live long, only about 1 year. But in that short time, they give nature a show worth remembering. So next time you think of spiders, remember the peacock spider, tiny, colorful, and the ultimate performer of the animal kingdom. Top 7. Decorator crabs. The ocean's fashion designers. Imagine a crab that can design its own outfit. Sounds cool, right? Meet the decorator crab, the crafty dresser of the sea. These crabs have something really unique. Their shells are covered in tiny Velcro-like hooks. These hooks let them attach bits of seaweed, shells, sponges, and other ocean treasures to their shells. It's like they're decorating themselves with accessories straight from the ocean floor. But this isn't just about looking fancy. The decorations help the crabs blend into their surroundings, keeping them safe from predators. Some decorator crabs take it up a notch by attaching toxic sponges to their shells. Now that's a clever way to scare off attackers. As the crabs grow, they molt, shedding their old shells. When this happens, they redesign their outfits by adding fresh decorations. It's like getting a new wardrobe every time you outgrow your clothes. These stylish crabs don't live very long, only about 2 to 3 years, but they make the most of their time, constantly upgrading their look and staying fabulous. And here's a fun fact. Every decorator crab has its own style. Some go for full camouflage, while others add bold touches that make them stand out. They truly are the ocean's fashion designers. Next time you think of crabs, remember the decorator crab. Tiny, creative, and always ready for an underwater fashion show. Top 6. Turkey vultures, nature's puking defenders. Turkey vultures have a very unusual survival trick that you'll either find fascinating or totally gross. These birds are known for eating rotting meat without getting sick. How? Their stomach acid is so strong it destroys harmful bacteria in the carcasses they eat. But here's where it gets wild. When they feel threatened by a predator, they use that powerful stomach acid as a weapon. Instead of fighting or flying away, they projectile vomit. Yep, they puke up a foul-smelling acidic liquid right at their attacker. Not only does it stink to high heaven, but the acid can also cause a burning sensation, making predators think twice about coming closer. This unique defense strategy works so well that most predators give up immediately. After all, who wants to mess with a bird that can hurl stinky acid at you? Turkey vultures aren't just clever defenders, they also play a crucial role in nature. By eating rotting meat, they help clean up the environment, and their super strong stomach acid kills dangerous bacteria in the process. It's like they're nature's cleanup crew. These birds might not win any beauty contests, but they can live up to 20 years, proving that their gross but effective defense strategy works like a charm. So the next time you see a turkey vulture, remember, they're not just survivors, they're nature's smelly superheroes. Top 5. Pufferfish sand art. Tiny fish, big talent. Who knew that tiny fish could be such amazing artists? Meet the male pufferfish. These little guys might be only about 5 inches long, but they're incredible underwater designers. Male pufferfish create huge, beautiful sand patterns on the ocean floor. These circular designs can be as wide as 7 feet across. What's amazing is how perfect and detailed the patterns are. It looks like they're using tools, but they're doing it all with just their fins and mouth. But these aren't just random drawings, they're love letters. Male pufferfish create these intricate sand designs to impress females. The more perfect and symmetrical the pattern, the more likely the female will choose that male as her mate. After she's impressed, she'll lay her eggs in the center of the design, and the male will fertilize them. It's a true underwater courtship. Here's how the pufferfish does it. The male swims in circles, pushing sand around with his fins and carefully shaping the grooves and ridges with his mouth. This can take several days of hard work, but it's all worth it to create the perfect masterpiece. Pufferfish can live for about 10 years, so they have plenty of time to perfect their sand art skills. And these designs aren't just pretty, they also serve a purpose. The grooves help protect the eggs by reducing water currents, keeping them safe until they hatch. In short, male pufferfish are like tiny architects of the sea, creating beautiful, functional sand sculptures that help them find love and protect their future babies. Top 4. Elephants mourning their dead. Intelligent giants with big hearts. Elephants are truly remarkable creatures. With their huge brains and strong family bonds, these giants aren't just intelligent, they also have big hearts. When one of their own passes away, elephants show deep signs of grief. They gather around the body of the deceased, gently touching it with their trunks. They seem to mourn, standing quietly for hours or even days, as if they're paying their respects. It's an incredibly touching sight, showing just how strong their emotional connections are. Elephants don't forget their loved ones either. They remember those who have passed and will even revisit the bones of their deceased herd members. They show signs of loss, and sometimes it seems like they're honoring the memory of those they've lost. This behavior is rare in the animal world, making it even more special. Elephants live long lives, about 50 to 70 years, so they have plenty of time to form deep bonds with their herd. But when they lose a member, it's clear that their love and memory last for a lifetime. In short, elephants remind us that animals can feel emotions like we do, making them not just intelligent, but also full of heart. Top 3. Flatworm fencing, nature's reproductive duel. Flatworms have a fascinating way of deciding who plays which role in reproduction. Since they're hermaphrodites, each flatworm has both male and female reproductive organs. But being the female is harder work. It requires more energy to carry and nourish the offspring. So how do they decide? Through an intense penis fencing duel. These flatworms use their sharp, needle-like penises to fight, trying to stab and inject sperm into the other's body. Whoever gets stabbed becomes the female and takes on the more energy-intensive role of parenting. This underwater sword fight can last for several minutes and is far from random. Flatworms use clever strategies to avoid being stabbed while trying to land their own hits. Even though flatworms only live for a few months to a year, they reproduce multiple times using this unique and dramatic method. It's not just a fight, it's a battle for parenting roles. Top 2. Pistol shrimp. The ocean's little powerhouse. The pistol shrimp may be small, but it has an incredible superpower. One of its claws can snap shut so fast that it creates a tiny bubble. But this isn't just any bubble. It creates a shockwave with heat so extreme, it can reach 4,800 degrees Celsius, hotter than the surface of the sun. This shockwave is the shrimp's weapon. It's strong enough to stun or even kill small fish or crabs, making hunting a breeze for this little creature. And if that wasn't impressive enough, the snap of its claw is super loud, reaching up to 200 decibels, as loud as a gunshot underwater. The shrimp uses this sound to communicate and protect its home. Though they only live about 4 years, pistol shrimp leave a big impression in the ocean with their amazing abilities. In short, the pistol shrimp is small but incredibly powerful, proving that even tiny creatures can pack a huge punch. Top 1. Zombie ants, nature's creepiest mind control story. Deep in the jungle, there's a fungus with a chilling ability. It can turn ants into zombies. This fungus, called Ophiocordyceps, infects an ant and takes over its mind. Here's what happens. Once infected, the ant starts behaving strangely. The fungus forces it to climb up plants or trees and bite down on a leaf or branch. Once the ant is locked in place, it dies. But that's not the end. The fungus begins to grow a stalk out of the ant's body, using it as a launch pad to release spores into the air. These spores then infect other ants, starting the cycle all over again. Why is this so special? It's like the fungus is a puppet master, controlling the ant to help it spread. It's a real-life example of mind control in nature, and it's as fascinating as it is creepy. Unfortunately for the infected ants, they only survive for a few days after being taken over, but their sacrifice helps the fungus thrive. Here's a fun and spooky fact. This fungus is so eerie that scientists call it a real-life zombie apocalypse. They're studying it to learn more about how parasites can control behavior. In short, zombie ants show just how strange and powerful nature can be. Even in the smallest creatures, leaf insect,